Assalamu alaikum everyone. Our today's topic is current issues in classroom testing. Assessment experts and classroom teachers have always been doing efforts to improve various facets of classroom testing. And these efforts are accompanied by some stimulating issues, all of which are helping to shape our current understanding of effective assessment. There are mainly three issues. First, the effect of new theories of intelligence on the testing industry. Second, the advent of what has come to be called alternative assessment. And third, the increasing popularity of computer-based testing. Intelligence was once viewed strictly as the ability to perform linguistic and logical mathematical problem solving. This intelligent quotient or IQ concept of intelligence has permeated the Western world for almost a century. However, research on intelligence by psychologists like Howard Gardner, Robert Sternberg, and Daniel Goleman has begun to turn the psychometric world upside down. Gardner, for example, extended the traditional view of intelligence to 7 different components. He accepted the traditional conceptualizations of linguistic intelligence and logical mathematical intelligence on which standardized IQ tests are based. But he included 5 other frames of mind in his theory of multiple intelligences. The 5 frames of mind presented by Gardner are spatial intelligence, musical intelligence, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, and intrapersonal intelligence. Spatial intelligence refers to the ability to find your way around an environment to form mental images of reality. Musical intelligence means the ability to perceive and create pitch and rhythmic patterns. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence refers to fine motor movement and athletic prowess, etc. Interpersonal intelligence refers to the ability to understand others and how they feel and to interact effectively with them. Intrapersonal intelligence means the ability to understand oneself and to develop a sense of self-identity. Robert Sternberg also charted new territory in intelligence research in recognizing creative thinking and manipulative strategies as part of intelligence. He argued that all smart people aren't necessarily adept at fast, reactive thinking. They may be very innovative in being able to think beyond the normal limits imposed by existing tests, but they may need a good deal of processing time to enact this creativity. Other forms of smartness are found in those who know how to manipulate their environment. For example, debaters, politicians, successful salespersons, smooth talkers, and artists are all smart in their manipulative ability to persuade others to think their way, vote for them, make a purchase, or do something they might not otherwise do. More recently, Daniel Goleman gave the concept of emotional quotient. He emphasized the importance of the emotions in our cognitive processing. Those who manage their emotions, especially emotions that can be detrimental, tend to be more capable of fully intelligent processing. For example, anger, grief, resentment, self-doubt, and other feelings can easily impair peak performance in everyday tasks as well as higher order problem solving. These new conceptualizations of intelligence have not been universally accepted by the academic community. However, these conceptualizations infused the decade of the 1990s with a sense of both freedom and responsibility in our testing field. Primarily, there are two approaches to assessment: traditional assessment and alternative assessment. Alternative assessments are considered more authentic in their elicitation of meaningful communication. This table highlights differences between the two approaches This table has been adapted from Armstrong 1994 and Bailey 1998. However, we should keep two things in mind, that it is difficult in fact to draw a clear line of distinction between what Armstrong and Bailey have called traditional and alternative assessment. Many forms of assessment fall in between the two, and some combine the best of both. Second, it is obvious that the table shows a bias towards alternative assessment, and one should not be misled into thinking that everything on the left hand side is tainted while the list on the right hand side offers salvation to the field of language assessment. So when we have a look at the characteristics of traditional and alternative assessment, these are like following. The traditional assessment refers to one-shot standardized exams. These are timed, having multiple choice format. Decontextualized test items are there. Scores suffice for feedback. Norm referenced scores, focus on the right answer are the characteristics of traditional assessment. These are summative type of assessment oriented to product. Non-interactive performance is there. These foster extrinsic motivation. However, alternative assessment refers to continuous long-term assessment. These are untimed, free response format. Contextualized communicative tasks are there. Individualized feedback and washback. Criterion referenced scores. Open-ended creative answers are the characteristics of alternative assessment. These are formative type of assessments oriented to process. Interactive performance is there. These foster intrinsic motivation. Computer-based testing is a new trend in which the test taker performs responses on a computer. Some computer-based tests, also known as computer-assisted or web-based tests, are small-scale, homegrown tests available on websites. However, others are standardized, large-scale tests in which thousands of test takers are involved. Students receive prompts in the form of spoken or written stimuli from the computerized tests and are required to type or in some cases speak their responses. Almost all computer-based test items have fixed close-ended responses. However, tests like the test of English as foreign language, TOEFL, offer a written essay section that must be scored by humans. A specific type of computer-based test, a computer adaptive test, has been available for many years but has recently gained momentum. In a computer adaptive test, each test taker receives a set of questions that meet the test specifications and that are generally appropriate for his or her performance level. In CAT, the test taker sees only one question at a time and the computer scores each question before selecting the next one. Test takers cannot skip questions, and once they have entered and confirmed their answers, they cannot return to the questions. Computer-based testing offers these advantages: classroom-based testing, self-directed testing on various aspects of language, for example, vocabulary, grammar, discourse, etc. These offer practice for upcoming high-stakes standardized tests. Some individualization in the case of CATs, scored electronically for rapid reporting of results. However, there are some disadvantages of computer-based testing. There is lack of security and the possibility of cheating in unsupervised computerized tests. Likewise, homegrown quizzes may be mistaken for validated assessments. Open-ended responses are less likely to appear because of need for human scorers. The human interactive element is absent. Some researchers are against the use of computer-based testing. However, we can say that computer technology can be a boon to communicative language testing. and by using technological innovations creatively, testers will be able to enhance authenticity, to increase interactive exchange, and to promote autonomy.